welcome back to Sticks and Strings. Hi, we always start laughing because I'm always doing something stupid with the remote. So anyway, hi and welcome back. It's my birthday weekend. Today's not my birthday, and the day you see it will not be my birthday, but in the interim it will be my birthday. So happy birthday to me.
Gradiated colors here.
Oh yeah, we're sort of fading.
Sort of.
Sort of.
I'm not wearing a color.
Well, that's what I mean. It fades out to you. So it's green and then sort of semi-green and then
whatever this is.
Shall I go first? Since it's my birthday?
Yes.
Shall I have my birthday presents?
Yes.
Okay. So first one, who's this from? Whoop.
That's
who's
from
this
me.
The little one's from Eve.
It's from Eve.
Yeah.
There's no.
I don't put
not
floof.
Ceremoniously.
She's lucky it's in a bag.
Not in a Walmart bag or Target bag or whatever.
Hobby Lobby bag. Oh my gosh, crochet kit camper. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
They had a gnome, but I didn't really like it.
This is great. This is great. Oh, and it's like a little zipper pouch or a little, it's a little container.
It's like a notions pouch kind of thing.
It opens and it has a little,
I know, I
see. Has a little tie right here, like a little loop and button. How cute. Yeah, it comes with a button. Yarn. It comes with a hook.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic button and a needle. Easy to follow instructions. No, but that is adorable. Since Mark won't buy me a camper. Thank you, Eve. That's fun.
I thought if it came out good, you could use the instructions with some pretty yarn.
I thought you could say, if it came out good, you could use the instructions to build your own camper out of yarn. I could use like rope, like jute.
I don't think that would
make a camper,
and
then it would be light enough for my truck to actually pull it. 'Cause that's the other problem we're having is my truck only pulls 2,000 pounds, so I have to get a new truck to get a new camper. And this is from you. Now I had instructions when I got here that she was going to give this to me, but then she had to take it back. Yeah.
Because I didn't realize we're doing it today.
Oh my gosh! It's a chicken cross-stitch kit. That is so cute. Look at that.
Oh, and it comes
Black
with all
and
the
white
stuff.
pens. Oh, cute. It comes with all the threads. Thank you, Beth.
Another thing for you to not finish.
I was going to say, this is so cute for me to not ever do.
You finish stuff,
much.
you just don't finish cross stitch.
I finish I could do little ones, but this one, it's not full coverage. And you know what? It's sort of motifs, so I might be good at that.
Yeah, you could do
Maybe
individual
one chicken at a time.
Yeah.
I was kind of craving a cross stitch today. I almost thought I should take cross stitch today, but
well, and it's very much like my birds on the wire kit, you know. Yeah.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. There's more.
There's more. Oh,
she has a
there's
thing
more?
for chickens.
There's more.
I love chickens.
You take that top.
See, there's proof in this one. A cord. A little gnome. Scissor fob. Looky, so cute. With little smiley faces. Thank you, Beth. That's fun. Walmart floor sponge.
I went to put it on the thing on the conveyor belt, and I dropped it. And so I went to go pick it up, and I dragged the envelope across the floor trying to pick it up.
And ew! I will not guess what it might be.
It was really nice, but then it went on the floor. And I went to pick it up.
I am Fluffy, destroyer of worlds, dark lord of death, and I demand you celebrate. You better do as he says. You wouldn't like Fluffy when he's angry. Happy birthday. It's so cute. Thank you. thank you. Tomorrow for my birthday, I think what we're going to do is go up to Prescott. There's a lake up there, and so I might throw a few flies in the lake, because my son has a new adapter for fly fishing with one hand, and that's one thing we were going to do this week when we went fishing, was we were going to have him be able to try that out for the first time. Ooh, that bag put glitter all over the place.
I was wondering why everything I bought that day.
Oh no, it was yours.
Glitter on it.
Oh man, Rachel, your shawl has glitter now.
Sorry.
Anyway, so anyway, we're gonna do that. We go to a little lake up there, and then go to lunch at my favorite place, which is Farm Provisions in Prescott, Arizona. Okay, so I'm going first. First, I want to talk about the Etsy shop. So we have here, let's see, not that. We have here finally the kit, the set, of the project bag, the notions bag, and look at this. I'm going to put a close-up right here of this little scissor fob.
It came out
so adorable.
So
it's got the dragonfly beads inside.
Where's the
and two little flowers.
scissor fob?
Oh, I'm holding it upside
The needle minder,
It's inside the notions pouch.
This is the needle minder.
This is a needle minder.
The scissor fob is inside the notions pouch.
Yeah.
So, so it wouldn't get lost.
Yeah.
It's a whole set.
Yeah.
So it's the big bag, the notions pouch, a scissor fob with a dragonfly. This has a dragonfly, and this has a dragonfly, and then
the needle minder with a
needle minder with a dragonfly.
Yeah, the scissor fob has two dragonflies.
Yeah. Oh, the scissor fob has two dragonflies.
Yeah.
So this is a kit available on our Etsy shop now, and you should check it out. We also are going to have this for sale by itself.
Yeah.
Another one of these.
Yeah.
And one of these. Or no?
No.
We just have a second needle minder for sale as well.
If I was going to make another dragonfly scissor fob, I'd have to go buy more beads. But I might do that.
So, for right now, you can get this kit if you are a lover of flowers.
It's not a kit, it's a set.
I mean a set. It's a kit for your stitching. It's a stitching kit. So that's very cute. And also, I wanted to show this. It's a funny story. This is our collection of scissor fobs that we have available on our Etsy shop. I can't go through them all because we'd be here forever, but as you see, we have a lot of inventory. And the funny part of this is, even Beth had a nice rack on the wall, and it was so heavy that it fell down. So then Beth found this rack to put them on, so we have them readily available, and none of them were damaged when it fell. And so we have lots of stuff.
It was pretty
here.
tedious going through all of them to make sure, but
yeah. So there's all different kinds. Anything that would strike
There's
your fancy.
Halloween, there's
Christmas, flowers, bugs, palm trees, all kinds of stuff. Little hobbit doors. Oh, those are so cute. So look on our Etsy shop. We have all of these for sale up there, and the link is in our description box. If you go to our link tree, we will take you to our link tree page, and the very first link there is to our Etsy shop. So all of these scissor fobs are available if you are looking for a way to tame your scissors, which I need. So I lose my scissors so fast. So I wanted to show that. Okay, so for me, oh yeah. These are some more needle minders we have that Beth just made. This is a kitty cat. I'll put a picture here. It's just little, which is really nice for small projects.
The little power shells are already up, but the others
I made more of them.
This is just a little power shell similar to what's already in our shop. And then this one is kind of cool. It's like an eyeball with wings.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what it is exactly. It's like a dragon eye, I don't know.
It's an eyeball with wings, and it's very cool. It's a very cool looking little eye there. So this is new, and will be on our Etsy shop. So, and here's a close up photo of it. That's really cool. It's kind of creepy and kind of cool.
Be great if you're doing some Halloween stitching to have that on there.
So I'm going to attach these here. Look at that. Put them on this rack. There we go. Okay, so the next thing for me, I finished my firecracker yarn. This is not washed yet. I expect it'll kind of poof up a little bit after it gets in the bath. I
like the way the color came out.
Yeah, it's mostly purple. But if you look at it close, you can see the white and I have some photos here. I just wound it into a skein this morning off the bobbin. And so it's going to go home and take a bath. And then I think it will be a lot poofier. But it's very pretty. It's fingering weight yarn. It's 306 yards, I
think
figure.
when you knit it up into something, you'll be able to see the color differences.
Yeah, well, and if you look at it up close, there's a lot of like the silk, the white silk really pops, and so red. Yeah, and there's spots where the red is very bright. I mean, it really did. Like one lady that I follow, she's like, if you try to. A lot of times when you have all those colors and you try to spin them, if you don't really separate them, she goes, they act a lot like paint. And so it was blue, red, and a little bit of green, and then a little bit of white, and so really it turned into purple, you know? And so it is overall purple. I have a couple of close-up photos where you can really see
But it's a really pretty color.
No, it's very nice. Like the barber pole effect of it, which is kind of nice. So I thought it reminds me of fireworks and sparklers, and I like it. And it meets my requirement to get my ticket when I go to. This is for Tour de Fleece 2022, and I also skeined up. That's what I was doing this morning, was putting my yarn into skeins. This is the Cotswold Hogget fleece that I had spun. I showed it on the bobbin last week. But anyway, I spun it into a nice little skein this morning. It also needs a bath. It's kind of a little scratchy. So I don't know. I'm having thoughts. So I was supposed to spin a big skein for our challenge, and I'm crazy. I had so I have 2 of these 4-ounce packages of the Cotswold Hogget, which is different than the regular Cotswold because the Hogget cut is a lamb's first shearing, which is always softer. So I didn't want to mix it with another one of my Cotswold bumps of fiber. So I'm like, well, I have to finish that 4 ounces of the Cotswold Hogget. Not this one. I have 2, right? And I had finished that one before Tour de Fleece started, and then I started on the second one. And then I found out that we need to do a 6-ounce or larger skein of yarn for one of our challenges. So I thought I'd have to finish that 4 ounces and take it off the bobbin, and then do a 6 or 8 ounces of the other Cotswold that I have. And I'm like, I have to have this all finished by July 24, and today is July 14th. That's 10 days. And I'm like, I cannot do all of that. So I had already on a bobbin, and it's at home, started spinning this. This is gorgeous. Look at this. This is what's called Mystery Mix from from Ranch of the Oaks Fiber Mill in Prescott. And maybe I'll stop by and buy another one. But anyway, this is 6 ounces. This plus what is on my wheel already that I had started some time ago. And it's really cool because it's all mixed. It's from sheep and alpaca that they have on the farm. And you see that there's such a huge colors. There's blacks, whites, browns, grays, all mixed together. And it makes a very pretty barber pole kind of yarn. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to finish spinning this. That will be my large 6-ounce skein that will qualify me for Tour de Fleece. And I will do with it, I don't know what, but it will be done. So I changed course on my Tour de Fleece plans, but it's okay. So that's what I'm doing there. And I finished Hannah's top. I put a picture of it last week. I finished it. I gave it a bath. I blocked it, which I don't know why it took me forever to get that thing straight and make sure everything was perfect. But it blocked beautifully, and I wrapped it up and put it in the mail today. It should get to her on Monday. So that's fun. That's a lot of fun. So that's off to its new person. And I am working on Rachel's shawl, and you can really see I finally hit a significant color change. If you could see in this. This is yarn is called concentric, and I started from the center with this, where's the end, with this very dark color, and then as you work from the center out, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. And I think I've talked about this before, but it's actually not plied. It's for, or maybe it's 4 individual strands, and they're not twisted together. They're completely separate. And what they do is, like, all 4 were dark purple, and then they put 1 medium purple and 4 dark, and then 2 medium purple and 2 dark, and like that. And so now I am in the 3 medium purple and 1 very light, which is this lightest color here. So eventually one of these will transition into an additional light one, and it'll be 2 and 2, and then 3 and 2, and then eventually all 4 will be this purple color, and then I will be done. So I am, like I said, you can see here where it starts to incorporate that 1 strand of light color. This is Concentric by Haiku yarn, and it's 100% baby alpaca. So this is the shawl, and I've been going gangbusters on this. Oh, you know what I forgot to bring? I forgot to bring my shawl yarn that I bought. I put a picture last week of the yarn that I bought.
Oh yeah.
For the mystery knit along. I'll be talking about it for weeks, but I bought that yarn, but then I decided between now and August 15, I'm going to be working on this to get this done. And here is the full shawl so far. It's pretty. And you can really see the gradient now. So that's what I'm doing.
You know what I did this morning? I looked at the bag that had last year's knit along in it.
You looked at it?
Yeah, I looked at it and said, you know what? When the new one starts, I'm just going to try to work on the old one.
Yeah.
And just use that as the impetus to
yeah.
get me moving on that. I might have to put that on next year's
days.
WIP-GO.
We should have some actual knit time together. We encourage you.
Maybe that would require us finding our time in our schedule.
I know, this is the only time in our schedule.
This is difficult enough to find.
This is my bust knitting. It just has another inch or so on it. But I think it'll fit me. Let's see. I always like to do this. Oh yeah. It's gonna fit nice.
Something weird. It's the same color as your hair.
No, it is not. My hair is not blue and purple and green and red. But I like this. It feels like it'll be nice and snug. This is my sleep cap for next summer when I go camping. And maybe the winter when it gets cold. Oh, so the shawl. Okay, I will put up those colors again. I decided, because of my failed wah. I told you last week, I was like, should I go buy yarn? Should I? And I did, right? And if you guys watch to the end, you see that I actually did. I bought these 4 colors. It's 3 colors of Cascade Heritage Silk, are the 3 solids, and then the 1 variegated is, of course, a WIP-GO yarn. I don't know what it's called. I forgot to look at the name. And it's black, purple, gray, and the variegated one is purples and blacks. It's really beautiful. And my plan is to start the...
Oh, that's your symphony shawl?
That's my symphony shawl.
Yeah.
My plan is to start the knit along in August and finish. It'll be 6 weeks. It'll be mid-August it starts, so 6 weeks takes you to end of September. And our season starts mid-October. So I'm hoping that will be my new shawl. ready to go when the symphony starts, and it'll be in dark, sort of sophisticated colors. So I was very, very happy to find those colors. It's the first time I've really knitted with black, but I mean, it can't be much different from knitting with this super dark purple or dark blues that I've done. So I'm not too worried about
a
it.
long time ago, I used to teach a crochet class when I lived in Florida at the craft store. And one of the things I stressed over and over.
You taught at the craft store. You didn't live at the craft store. It sounded like
I said that I lived in Florida.
Yeah,
but you said I lived in Florida at the craft store.
But wait a minute.
So anyway, when they, I gave them the list of their supplies when they signed out, and one of the things that was on there was a skein of yarn. They could pick any skein of yarn they wanted because they were just going to make a swatch, nothing real, like a pot holder type of thing, just so they could learn
Right.
how to do it. And in big, giant, bold letters, do not pick a dark color.
Right.
Because
When you are learning, you cannot.
You cannot learn to crochet or knit with a dark yarn because you cannot see the stitches.
Yeah. And you have to learn, when you're learning, you have to learn how to read your knitting. Meaning, I can tell what kind of stitch this is, and your crochet. You need to be able to see. So, I made that mistake as an experienced crocheter, and I have not gone back to the project because, okay, don't laugh. I found a pattern for a little crocheted couch for my cats. And I started it, but I found this great yarn that I thought this will look like a couch from the 70s. It's a brown and white barber poled yarn. Okay, it's great. But I started crocheting, and I was like, even as an experienced crocheter, I was like, I cannot tell what is going on. I don't know where the stitches are. I can't, because you have to be able to see where your previous row stitches are so you know where to insert the hook, and I'm like, I don't know. So I crocheted this much, and it's sitting in my box.
Some of the
But I really like it.
It's the knit along that I did last year. There's some sections, and it's not that dark, but there's some sections where I'm like, what is that stitch? To see where you are, and if you messed up the
counts and
the pattern.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it going, okay,
so
where am I?
Yeah. So she says for this shawl, contrast isn't important. So I'm thinking that it's going to be very blocked. And I want it to mostly be black. So whatever color is the most frequently used is the one I want to use for black. But I am, and I have those Chaigu needles, which are silver. So that'll be good. I'll be able to at least see against the needles pretty well. And I do have lots of lights that, I have that neck light that I use and stuff. Because, the dark wood needles that I usually use might be hard. But I'm not too worried about it.
It's not like with, with cross stitch, when you're on a dark fabric, like right now, if I hold up this fabric, then the holes pop up.
Yeah. In knitting, no. And like that barber poled yarn that I used for that cat couch, it's so confusing because in the crochet stitch, they and it was like a double or half double or something stitch, and it winds around itself. So the barber poles are then wound around themselves, and you're like, I cannot differentiate. It was so hard. I'd like to go back to it some point. It's a really cute pattern. I bought it's like a book of little couches for cats. It's so cute, and I really want to do it. Basically, you just make the cushions and you stuff them, But I'm like, oh, it was so hard to see, but I like the yarn. I think if I can muscle through it, it'd be really cute because it'll look like an old-fashioned kind of 70s couch.
You could just crochet the way Grandma did. She just did it by feel.
I know.
She crocheted blind for years.
I know.
She wasn't blind, but
she was
she
very
couldn't see.
Yeah,
she couldn't see.
So anyway, so that's me. I'm done. So Eve's going next.
Okay, so I am continuing to work on my WIP-GO challenge, 15 days on Silent Night by Stitching with the Housewives, and I have made color changes. Trying to think if there's any color that I...
You've gotten really far, though.
Yeah. I'll put a picture so you can see close up.
Yeah.
But this
That's
is
good.
Queen Bee, but I added, as I was saying last week, this shiny thread. It was in my pocket the whole time.
Yes. I saw that on the video. It was in her pocket. I was like, oh my God.
I told her that. I told
She
her
just
that.
said, "Put it was in my pocket the whole time."
So I'm using Weeks Dye Works Icicle for the white instead of 12 grain, just because I like Icicle. I think it's beautiful. It's a very bright white with blue in it. And then, I don't know, I'm using some teal color. It's a Classic Colorworks color. Huckleberry, because I had it. Yeah, I'm here, Huckleberry. And then I went ahead and used the DMC alternative for the Muddy Puddle.
Oh, you know what? You had mentioned that. I thought, why does that sound so familiar? I have it. I have Muddy Puddle on my, because I was like, I ran across, when I was throwing away all those papers, I ran across a paper where I had listed like all my fancy floss that I had, and there was Muddy Puddle right there.
It's all right.
Just
So I'm really happy with the way it's looking. Close up you can see the sparkle I put in, and it's just on the building. I'm not putting it here, just where the snow would be. See?
Oh, how cute!
So there's some sections that have what's supposed to be.
I'm sorry. Do you add it after?
On that one I did, but in the snowflakes it's with it.
I see.
The reason I added it afterward on the top was A, so it would show it better, and B, so that I could just use the thread all the way through and not have to cut that would be too complicated.
I see.
So I'm gonna add it right in here, thinking about here, because the snow would fall there too. Anyway, I wanted to, I like the way this looks here with the Queen Bee with that shiny thread in it. But I thought instead of using that, I saw this is this DMC Metallic. I'm going to have to experiment because it's really thin. To see if I put it with it or by itself, but I really just kind of want just this color on the Santa's the sleigh, the metal things for the sleigh.
the runners.
Yeah, and
Sorry for the
Noise.
yeah,
landscaping noise outside.
there's always landscaping noise. I was watching
It's pretty
Helen
hot.
D's.
You'd think they wouldn't be out right now.
Yeah, these are guys that work for a living. So I was watching Helen D's YouTube, her most recent one, and she's like, it's very windy outside and it's probably going to start raining. And as she's talking throughout her video, you can hear the wind hitting the house, and you can then you hear a deluge coming down.
Oh my God.
I was like, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I like shiny, and I like the way it's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the yellow in the windows, I switched from it's a very bright yellow, Weeks Dye Works, I don't know, Sally Sunshine or something like that. So it's different. It's a different color. because that's what I was using for the windows in And to All a Good Night, and I really liked the way it looked, so I said I'm just going to stick with that. And I have deep blue sea. The door on the church is supposed to be deep blue sea, and I have it.
But you can't find it.
I thought I had it in this bag. It's not there.
Is it in your pocket?
No.
Could be.
So
Never say never.
So that's what I'm working on right now. I also was working on this.
Fun.
And I know I can't be seen, but the inside lining thing has a pocket. See the little pocket?
Oh, nice.
With little separations, like so you can put.
And that's that
pencils or
thick,
something. That's a bolsel.
Both.
Uh-huh. And then
I like that. I need to make some sewing machine covers. I say this every week. I say, I need to make some sewing machine
That's
covers.
nice. Is that quilted?
Yeah.
yeah, I only did simple quilting because this stuff. I like this because it's very easy to cut, very easy to sew through. I don't like trying to get it rolled up in my machine, so
yeah.
it would, because it's so big. I was
like the
fighting
diagonal
it.
quilting.
So
though.
I just did diagonal, and it curves a little bit,
It's
but rather than
beautiful.
going the other way, rather than hassling with it, I was like, I like
I
it.
like
That's
it. No,
Yeah.
it's very cute.
And so stay. So I made these that are going to go on the zipper. That is the crookedest seam. For some reason, I could not get it to go straight. It was driving me bananas. However, I went to set it on there. One was like this long, and one was this long. How did I do that? Completely different, completely not the right size. And I was like, what the heck? And so one of them I just cut down. I had to make the other one. So now they're the right size for the zipper. This is a decorative zipper.
It's cute.
So it'll be inset in the lining part before I sew the two halves together. And so
Is this a Missouri Star pattern?
it's a Missouri Star pattern. When Misty Doan was doing the Misty Live,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
I don't remember
I
either. I saw there was a new bag tutorial.
Yeah, there's always a new bag tutorial. That girl that's doing the new ones,
Uh-huh.
I can watch her for about 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
And then I it takes some time. They've been doing tutorials for a long time. Now, if you go back to when Jenny very first started doing quilting tutorials,
Yeah.
they're not used to being on camera. They don't know when to look up and, to be
No,
up
they have it
and-
down to a science.
and and I do the same thing. We're trying to teach. I did a couple of tutorial. You have to work hard at being interesting, and so the Doan girls have it down.
Yeah.
The others are getting an opportunity to learn, and they will learn.
Yeah.
But they've got good projects. It's just, I was going to buy this pattern, but it's not available on an instant download PDF.
Oh no. You have to order it.
And I didn't feel like waiting for it to come in because I had already cut the things, and I was like, with all these little pieces, how big does it have to be? What? And I had to keep going back and listen. I have it on my watch later thing so that I can keep going back and back and back.
Yeah.
I would have bought the pattern. It's not just, the patterns aren't that expensive, but I wanted it now.
Yeah.
Of course, as long as it's taking me to make this, doing that, it probably would have come in the mail. But I bought the fabric from them. This is a fabric called Sororo, which I talked about before.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I have two other things that I was working on. The Stitch All the Things, the berry for my cross-stitch camp for July. And do you remember last week, I think in here, but definitely in my video, I said that the word all was like not in the right place and I was going to leave it. I got all the way here to the H and realized in the word the, so I had all completely stitched, the almost all stitched, and realized it was going to run right into that C.
Oh no.
And there was no way it was going to work. So I was like, okay, I have to figure out where my counting mistake is. And this T right here was not long enough. And
Oh,
so
no.
when I counted down for the A,
It wasn't enough.
it wasn't down far enough. So I had to take that all out. But
What did we say one time? It's just
anything worth,
do one little stitch.
yeah.
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
So
And anything
now,
worth doing is worth doing twice.
now I'm on the word things, but I would be done already if I knew how to count. So I'm happy with the way it's looking on here. I'm happy with the way this is going. I would have been done. So I got to the middle of the N here on the word things. I had to go all the way back to the H. Now, Sherry, Colorado cross stitcher, she says, you know, if the mistakes can be left, just leave it there. Keep moving forward, right? Is that like that Disney thing? Keep moving forward.
Put your mistakes in your behind. What is it? Hakuna Matata? What is it? Leave the past in your behind. Is it?
So this H was not tall enough. And I didn't realize it. I got over to the N. And I was like, why is this N looking really stumpy?
Is this in the word things again?
This is before it was all the. Now it's things. Okay. So I had to go all the way back to the H because if I had just left it, the G would have been whacked because it has to have that opening in it. And it just wasn't going to be enough space. So, yeah. But it will eventually get done. It will be done before the end of the month.
2 times.
There you go.
Next time, just make 2.
Shut up. And then, because I had all this stuff, I went ahead and started the Boo Crew. Remember last week I was working on it? And I went ahead and changed the purple to just not quite as red a purple.
Mhm.
They've already come out with the second piece, which is a little witch's hat over the first O. I'm sure it's going to say, you know, Boo Crew, you know, but
And it's going to be spelled CROO. Just joking. It's a joke.
so I'm just doing this periodically. I'm not going to get done when they get done. I don't care. I was like, I have all the stuff. I'm going to work on it. So it's cute. I like this little ghost.
Ghosty.
He's kind of cute. What I don't like
He
is
looks like a kitty. Looks like he has whiskers.
Yeah. I think is it supposed to be
It's his little
like
Oh, it's his little arm.
right here?
yeah, that's his arm.
Oh, I see his
little
other
hand.
arm on the other
His
side.
other little hand is over here.
Oh.
I see. Okay, anyway, you don't like the what?
I can't show you the pattern, but the pattern is so hard to read because not that one. And I thought about maybe downloading the pattern on my tablet so that I could put it into Pattern Keeper. Can you see that?
Oh wow.
I didn't realize that this was a different color.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
really
like to
hard to see. The
Symbols are
symbol,
very thin.
the
yeah,
symbol
I mean,
for the ghost color, the white, is almost the same color. The color there is almost the same color as the background, and you're like, where
it's
is that?
not a black and white pattern either. It's
Uh-uh.
it's colored, but it's just
And then around here
yeah.
for the bee, the white going around the bee, I'm like,
Yeah.
where is that?
I would color that with
Yeah.
pencils.
So I'm probably gonna put it in Pattern Keeper so that I can
Yeah, that would
see
be
it
good.
because it would highlight it.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and put this away, and so that I can highlight it and not go blind trying to read it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's me. That's all I've been doing.
Your turn, Beth.
What was I doing?
Last time I was working on this, I was like this close to finishing, and so now it's finished.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I had a little bit of his steam left, and
Yeah.
so I finished that. So he's all done. That was my cross stitch camp project for this month, for July.
For July.
Yeah, so that's all finished. And for August, I was going back and forth between a couple of patterns, but I finally settled on this one, Hippity Hop. And it's this is a new to me designer. We had to choose something that was new to us, a new thread, new fabric, new designer, whatever. So this is a new designer, Primrose Cottage Stitches. So this will be my August project, and I'm also going to do it on this light green fabric. This little 4-pack, 5-pack, whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's pretty.
This is by Artiste. It's Hobby Lobby's in-house brand, and it's just embroidery cotton, 5 pieces. They're 15 by 18 inches each one, and I was looking at it, and I think it is 40 count.
Oh wow, it's
very
really
tiny.
small.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Is it like an even weave kind of thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would need a magnifying glass to work on that.
Yeah, I could just barely see it. So
She still has my magnifying glass. I bet she's going to use it.
yeah, I bet. But I like these. They have this pack of like kind of earth tones,
You should.
and then they have also a pack of kind of whites and grays.
You should buy those jeweler glasses like that with the little.
What do you think these
Those
are
little.
like?
No, but I mean like
But-
you know those.
Oh yeah, with the little magnifying
Yeah.
lens in them. Yeah. So I think I'm going to use this light greenish shade here to do this, and this is pretty small. It's only 43 by 43, so it'll probably be very tiny on this fabric.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's my August camp project. And then for WIP-GO, I've been working on Hello Pumpkin by Caterpillar Crossstitch, and this is as close. I don't. This still has the last section of it blurred out in this picture. I don't know why I don't have the final picture, but I have the final pattern. But anyway. So I worked on it for a while, and just to give myself a break, I'm working on my other WIP-GO project for now. But I did a lot of this. My owl finally has eyes, and
Very good.
I completed the owl. And then all the rest of this, like I said before, this really kind of goes against my grain because I am such a color completist kind of person. I have the thread out, and I want to finish the thread. And this pattern, uses like, there's this leaf of this color and this leaf of this color, and that really goes against my grain. But so I'm trying to do, a little bit more of that little, motif business, but it's really hard for me to do. So I did these leaves here and this little branch.
I'm the opposite. I like to finish motifs because I feel more accomplished.
Yeah. I feel like I got something
mini
done.
finishes.
Yeah.
See, like I did do this because I had that green.
Yeah.
But now I want to finish the church.
Yeah.
You know.
And you feel accomplished.
So I did the I did the stems of this little. There's a little mushroom that goes right here, and then there's a fox that goes up here, and I did part of this leaf with these colors that I just happen to have out, and I did this part of this acorn because I have to have that color. So I've been working on this for the last since Sunday. So like 3 Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days. Because today's Thursday, yeah. So and I was gonna say this needle minder I bought at Stitch Shenanigans in 2019. It says admit one cat. It's a little wooden little sort of a ticket, but it has three cats on it, and it says admit one cat.
No.
And then my other WIP-GO project is this "And Heaven and Nature Sing" by Kathy Barrett. And is that?
It's so beautiful.
It's so pretty.
I love it.
So pretty. I was just in love with it when it first came out and people were doing it. I thought that's so gorgeous, and I really wanted it and really wanted it.
I just have this imagination like that is what I want my Christmas to feel like. Like just that kind of.
Mm-hmm. And I just
it never will because I live in Arizona. But
I kept putting it off, and then I came across this pattern somewhere, and I thought, what the heck? I'm just gonna get it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So it's really pretty. But I remember somebody had posted something about that's one big deer.
Yeah, it takes forever.
Yeah. So like I'm working on this deer butt right here. So and
there's venison there.
For some reason, I guess this is the middle of the pattern, and so. For some reason, I just started, so I have this vertical line here. So it's probably going to look like, half and half. I don't know how well that middle thing is going to blend in.
Is the yarn variegated or?
No, it's DMC, so it's just solid colors.
It should be fine.
So, but it just look, I can see the difference,
Well, you know what I would do? I would start now of like going back and forth and.
Yeah.
Don't be so.
But so that's coming. I'm just working on the deer while we're doing this because I can just do those rows without thinking. And then this needle minder, this little koala around down here. I bought a couple years ago during the wildfires in Australia. They were selling these to. Help raise money to help with the burnt out forests and the koalas that they were finding that were injured and stuff. So I bought this little koala, and actually I have a pattern that it was you could buy the needle minder and it came and you had a pattern and all this stuff. Yeah. So I have a little koala pattern when I bought that. So that is me. I've been working just on the Hello Pumpkin, and just today started on the
on your
Heaven and Nature
deer
Sing,
butt.
on my deer butt.
Deer butt.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
I was gonna say in way of it's not really maybe it's a story, but this week I'll put up a picture I found online. I don't know. I just decided to search for it. I thought maybe somebody's done it. Yarn dyed like cats, like cat colors.
Oh, yeah.
So I found some. Here's one that's an orange tabby dye, and then there was a tortoiseshell cat dye, and then a whole bunch. They had like tuxedo cat, calico, Russian blue, like gray tabbies. They're so cute. I thought about buying the fingering weight one and making one of those cat patterns that I have by Dot Pebbles Knits. That she makes these beautiful animal patterns, And I want to make a cat, and I want to make one that is an orange tabby, and I'm like, I gotta find the orange, and then I gotta find the white, and I gotta figure out how to stripe it. But this yarn is variegated, so I think it may not look exactly like the cat's, but it would look stripy like a cat. So
I was going to ask you,
so
when you sent me that link of those pictures of that yarn, it says something about by House Panther is the name of the account that it, but I was thinking about it, wondering if it was, because I know that they're like House Panther is the name of this company that makes like cat
I don't
shells
know.
and things like that. I've seen it on Jackson Galaxy and Kitten Lady.
That I don't know, but the website is Ancient Arts, so I have no idea. I don't know who's dyeing the yarn. If it's Ancient Arts,
She just had that.
Maybe she
link
has
and
the
posted
same. Maybe.
Yeah.
But because these are just screenshots from a search I did.
Yeah.
But that was fun. So I didn't tell you guys my Postmates story. Okay. I am a very, hold on, knit two together. I am a very generous rater and tipper when I get Postmates. And it's going to take a lot to make me mad.
So wait, Postmates delivers food or whatever.
Yeah, it's like Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Yeah. Uber Eats, DoorDash, and I do
Yeah.
Postmates just because that's where I have the most, in my phone experience kind of thing. So I ordered lunch. This was Tuesday. I ordered lunch, and I only get a half hour. Okay, it's really precious, and it's not enough time downtown to walk somewhere and stand in line and order and sit down and eat and then walk back. And my boss isn't like cracking a whip, but I don't want to be, a jerk, and I want to stick in my half hour. And I had failed to pack my lunch. And a lot of times if I do that, I'll do like a Postmates of like something like, Jimmy John's or something that I can order early, and then it's already there. And so when it's time for me to go to lunch, I just go, right? Because I already have it. And in this case, I had hemmed and hawed, and it was time for me to go to lunch. It was almost 1, and anyway, I had ordered it around 12:30, and my colleague had come back, and she's like, "You can go to lunch whenever." And I said, "Okay." I said, I just ordered this, so when it comes, I'll go to lunch, so that I have maximum time, right? So I ordered from Potbelly. So the Potbelly that I ordered from is literally across the street, kitty corner, kitty corner, whatever you say in your neck of the woods. It is directly diagonal from my office. Here's my office at First and Washington. Here's their office, their building at First and Washington, like literally in a place called Cityscape. So there's Potbelly. So literally, I could have walked there, but I didn't want to walk there in the heat, like I said. So I ordered Postmates. A lot of times, those places will have bicycle messengers, that kind of stuff. And I ordered a bottled drink. It wasn't like it was anything and I ordered soup. So I see, okay, so-and-so's leaving, picking up your order, so-and-so's leaving. And I see, I figured, okay, they're going to drive, across Washington and park. Now, maybe she was going the wrong way. Okay, so you have to go around Robin Hood's barn, around the block or something.
It's a one-way street there?
No. First is 2 ways, but if she was, it's on the southbound side. So if she was there, she would have had to do a U-turn in the middle of First Street, or go down to Jefferson, go around, go up Second, then on Washington, and then turn right? That's what I would have done if it had been me. Well, so I see this, it says, so-and-so's arriving, now time to meet her at the door. And we're upstairs, so I thought, I'll just go downstairs, because there's some, benches and tables there where you can eat in our office building. So I said, well, I'll just go downstairs and meet her. And then I'm watching the map, and she's, up north of me, a whole block. She went right past my building. And I'm like, what? So then I get a phone call. and she's like, "Hi, is this an apartment or a building?" And I was like, "Did you not look at the address?" And where it says what company I work for. And I said, "It's an office building." I said, "There's 2 restaurants." I named the 2 restaurants where we, that are at the bottom of our building. And she's like, "I don't see that. I don't see that." And she was like, and then she said to me, she said this to me. She goes, "Can you see where I am?" She wanted me to look on my app and tell her where she was. And I was like, well, and that's not actually always real time. It's a little lag, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so she's like, "I'm at First and Adams." And I'm like, no, I'm at Second and Adams. So she was up a block and on the other side of the block from me. And I'm like, "You need to come down to Washington and then come around the corner." And she goes, "Well, I could just park and walk there. I could just park and walk there." Okay, I have already clocked out, and I am downstairs. Time is tick, 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 okay? And so I walk out onto the street, and I'm waiting for her. I'm thinking she's going to be logically, and she's going to do what I said and drive around the block. And she's like, "Oh, okay, originally she said she was Second in Adams. She said, "Now I'm at First in Adams." And like, I don't know how you can go from right there to way over there in any logical sense when you have a map and a thing that's directing you to my office, which would have said, "It's right there." And so she's like, I'm at First in Washington now. And I'm thinking, okay, you need to...
First and Adams?
First and Adams. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, well, and I said to her, "Well, did you park?" Because I'm like, "Why did you park?" So I'm on the street now in the heat. And
You could have walked there and back in that time.
I know. And she's like, "Yeah, I parked." So then I'm looking down the block toward Adams Street, and I see a couple of people. And I was like, "I think I see you. Are you wearing blah, blah, blah?" And she's like, "No, I'm wearing a brown shirt." I don't know what she said. And I look, and I can see her walking north of Adams toward Monroe. And I'm like, "You're going the wrong way. You need to turn around." So she turns around and she starts walking down First Street. And I left in front of my office building, walked up past the parking garage, and I'm like, I met her there and got my food. And I'm like, I was so angry. Because I'm like, that's why you have a GPS and directions, and I write directions and all of that. Like, the last person who delivered Postmates to me had no trouble finding my office and finding my lobby and coming upstairs. I'm like, I don't understand this. And I was kind of mad because by the time I sat down, it was already like 10:15 after. And I'm like, I have to suck my food in my face now. And, like, it's just to me, like...
You told her not to park, and she did anyway.
This was, like, just way too much hassle for a diagonal across the street. Like, she could... If you wanted to... I'm like, if you wanted to walk, you could have walked
across the street.
From Postmates, I mean, from Potbelly to my office. It was like...
Well, and
So I
you went
gave her
out
a
in the
thumbs
heat
down.
walking. You went out in the heat walking
Well,
anyway.
that, and then wasting my time. Like, I would not have... If I'd have known you were going to drive all around Robin Hood's barn and take a stroll downtown, and I would not have clocked out. You know? But it said you were arriving, and I figured, anyway, I gave her thumbs down. I feel bad. I don't know if I'm the jerk, but I was like, no, you have all these tools to your disposal, not disposable, but all these tools for this exact thing. This is your job. I'm doing my job. This is your job, and I'm like, and then I guess what really made me mad was when she said, "Can you see where I am?" And I'm like, that is not my job.
Yeah.
That is not my job to see where you are.
Yeah. Can
that
you
is
see
your job
where I
to
am?
see to where I am and to where you are and how to get there fast.
I used to order from Jimmy John's when I lived when I worked downtown in Little Rock, because there was a Jimmy John's just like a few blocks away, and they deliver, and they're fast. And
Yeah,
you know.
I love them.
And so I would typically, like, I was upstairs in my office, and I would call and place my order, and usually by the time I, you know, did whatever and went, I would go downstairs and wait,
And they'd be there.
and they'd be there. But it never failed that, like, there were times when I would like be fiddling at my desk, and then from downstairs at the reception desk, they would call me and they say, you know,
Your food's
you
here.
have you have delivered from Jimmy John's, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, so I'd run down there, and then but so the times when I would say, I better go right away because I'll be here in a second, so I go downstairs and wait and wait.
Well, guess
and
what?
Wait and wait.
Thanks to the pandemic and the employee shortage,
Uh-huh.
Jimmy John's is no longer like that. Because the times that I've ordered down, it says that it can't guarantee,
Yeah.
like, it's just going to get there when it gets there.
Yeah.
Like, and they, you know, and it used to be fast like that. But
Yeah.
that's why, so Jimmy John's has its own delivery, right? So then, but Postmates is,
Yeah.
if I order Jimmy John's, I order through their app and their
Yeah.
delivery, and they just are like, I don't know, we'll see.
But
Which is fine.
So we
but-
ordered DoorDash
yeah.
a couple of days ago, and we ordered. I ordered Taco Bell, and I got a drink for Beth and myself and Robert, and I got entrees for everybody, and it arrived with 2 drinks.
Oh no.
Yeah, and something else was missing, not just the drink. But I remember, they wanted to. They wanted to give me some itty bitty.
Oh yeah, it
thing.
was. They wanted to give you $7 refund on the $13 thing.
Because of what was missing was like as if a whole combo was missing.
It was
It was one drink and my son's food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert, I was gonna say Robert's meal.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I ordered him the nachos Belgrande combo. So he got the taco part, but not the nachos, which is what you're paying for.
Right.
Right? And not the drink. Well, he got his drink, but I gave it to Beth. Because Robert loves water, so
Because
it
they
doesn't matter.
didn't have my drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they wanted to give me a $7 credit, and I was like, no. And but DoorDash is very responsive with problems. And so I contacted them, and they gave me a $13 credit because that's how much I paid for a combo, you know? And then, like, the next day or something got left off of our order from
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
And it was
her salad.
Yeah, I had ordered meatloaf, and you can choose like 2 sides or 3 sides, right? So I thought, okay, I'll order 2 sides, and I really wanted like a carbohydrate fest. I wanted, you know, mashed potatoes and grits, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't have grits on the takeout menu, so I thought, well, I could either order mac and cheese, which would be, you know, or I could be healthy and responsible and order a salad. So I ordered a salad, and that was what they left off of the order.
Well,
no healthy and no
and you know,
responsible.
No healthy.
we had gone and picked it up at the restaurant, and it wouldn't clear so that I could tell DoorDash that they didn't give us the salad.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think about the fact that they would have put the salad in a different bag, or I would have said, "Is the salad here?" You know.
Yeah.
And so I called the restaurant, and Robert's like, "You complain too much," and I'm like, "It's not your money. Shut up." So, because the restaurant is required to give us what we paid for.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not complaining that my food is too cold or, you know, I don't like the way something tastes. I'm complaining about we didn't get what we paid for.
Yeah.
So, I called the restaurant, and they said, "Oh, let me take you over to go," and then it sent me to
Tech
tech support.
Oh no.
So then it hung up on me. So I called again and I started saying, oh, you need to go. And they sent me to tech support again. So I called again because it still wasn't showing up where I could tell DoorDash that something had gone wrong. And I said, don't send me anywhere before I said, now I will tell you what the problem is. And afterward, I said, I don't need you to send me another salad or get a salad ready. I don't want to drive over there. It's too hot. I said, just have a salad there for us next time we go eat at Cracker Barrel. Because we eat there often enough,
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay. It's like, holy cow,
So the other night, I ordered from Modern, because on Tuesday, the other story from the week is that Sunday night, I was driving back and forth to Phoenix because I took, Eli came for the weekend and I took him home Sunday night. We went grocery shopping and then I took him to his house and then I drove home. And when I dropped him off at his house, we both forgot that at some point on the way up there, his phone had slipped off his lap and gone under the seat. So when we got to his house, he took all his groceries, forgot his phone. And I drove all the way home. And then I get a phone call from some strange number, and he says, Mom, I think I left my phone in your, at home. And I was like, no, it's in the car. Because I noticed when I got home, I got a message from Life 360. Eli's arrived at home. And I thought, that's weird. Why would it say that? It's because his phone was in the car with me. So I told Mark, buckle up. You're going with me. I got to go back to town. Because he needs his phone, right? So we drove back. And he got his phone. And then on the way back, I started having chest pain right here. It felt like something was squeezing and painful, and then it would go away. And when it went away, it was completely gone. And then it would come back, and then it would go away and come back all the way home. And that was like at 9:45. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. And I have AFib, but I've had an ablation, and I haven't had AFib symptoms in a long time. But I have a little tester thing, and I couldn't find it. I still don't know where it is. So I was trying to see if that was happening. I took my blood pressure. I waited an hour and a half, and it was still happening. And I'm like, I can't ignore this. So we went to the ER. And at about 2 in the morning, it stopped. And at about 4 in the morning, they let me go. And all my tests came back fine. And I've had little twinges, but it hasn't really returned since. So I don't know. I have follow-ups with my doctor. Don't worry. And, so that was Sunday night. So on Monday, I was supposed to go to work. My husband says, you're not going to work. Because I hadn't slept, And so I slept basically all day Monday. So Monday night, I was kind of messed up. And I did not sleep very well. So like this perpetual thing. So Tuesday morning, I wake up. And I'm like, I really want to ride the bus because I don't want to drive because I'm sleepy. But of course I couldn't wake up in time, and I get to the bus lot, and there goes the bus. And I'm like, dang it. So I drove myself to work. So then I drove home. And I was fine driving, but I was really tired, and I went home and I crashed. All that to say that when I woke up, it was like 7:30. I was like, Mark, why didn't you wake me up when you got home? He's like, I knew you were tired. It's fine. But then it was really late, and I couldn't cook dinner. And so we ordered from this place called Modern Market, which it's pretty healthy stuff. He got salmon and quinoa and vegetables, and I got some real good grilled chicken and mac and cheese and roast vegetables. It was really good. And I ordered 2 bottles of tea, and the tea is made of solid gold, and it is a skinny, like one of those skinny little bottles like that. It was like $3.95 a bottle. And I'm like, and we had ordered it before, and I just repeated the order, so I just said, oh, that's fine. And I went to pick it up, and I get there, and he's like, it's all set. And there's nobody very few people in the restaurant. It was pretty late, So I'm like, it wasn't hard. It wasn't like anyone could have gotten confused. So I get home, open it up, no tea. Oh, I was so mad. So I called and they sent me to basically like the complaint line. They just refunded it right away on the card, and I was like, dang it. It's okay. It was too much money for tea anyway, but but I was like, yeah, do you not check? And it said right there on the thing, right there on the outside of the bag, and it happens so much.
It does. Like when I drove Uber long enough and picked up Uber Eats stuff, and in your phone it gives you a list of what they ordered, and most stuff it has a big old paper receipt there of what you ordered.
Yeah.
So they don't open the bag. They're not allowed to open the bag. I get that. But you should at least see that they ordered drinks and you're not picking up drinks.
But if I'm going to go pick up the bag, the guy who made the bag should at least look in the bag.
And make sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it was like one guy did the food and the other guy was supposed to do the drinks and he forgot to do the drinks or whatever. I don't know. But I was just like, oh, come on, guys. Okay, but back to my failed Postmates story, or nearly failed. I have to say that if you ever have the occasion to go to Potbelly Sandwich Shop and get their chicken pot pie soup with the crumble pot pie on top, it is so good. I was eating it going, this is so yummy. So, just a highly recommend. Recommendo.
I was going to say, just before you came, we had picked up the mail, and so I was going through the one thing I got, and I have a procedure coming up, right? An MRI for my brain because of the tumor that I had once upon a time. So anyway, I have it checked like once a year, but so my insurance company was sending me a letter saying that the procedure was approved, right? The doctor had submitted, blah, blah, blah. So to send me this letter, which is basically one page and bleeds over to one line, they sent me 7 or 8 pieces of paper. Because the first one had my address on it and it was blank, other than that. The second page was completely blank. The third page had the beginnings of we don't discriminate by language and blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, it has a whole page of every language in the face of the earth on this, saying we don't discriminate. And so it's like all these pages and pages and pages.
Your tax dollars at work.
Yes. They killed 1,000 trees to send me one letter. But the other thing was, when I was getting in the my project bag for this project, I was checking to make sure I had all the threads and and everything, because I hadn't looked at it in ages. So I was going through there and I was pulling everything out of the bag, and I found my corner gauge.
Oh, the one you were crying about.
I got this from the attic when we did Stitch Shenanigans. It was a gift from the attic. So I thought, oh great, I have a corner gauge, and I had used it.
I remember you talked about
and
it.
Yeah, and I have a bag of just cross-stitch stuff, random stuff like pens and pencils and my rulers and a little thing of needle minders and whatever. And so I had thought that it was in there, the last time I used it. So I was looking in all the little pockets and I couldn't find it. And I actually have a clear plastic one that I bought at Hobby Lobby. And that one was in there. And I thought, well, surely that one is in there, but I just can't find it. So I just used the clear one. And I couldn't find it. And it was when you're a kid and your parents tell you things, little sayings, like please and thank you are the magic words, things like that you get so annoyed. And my mother, we always talk about, my mother used to say things like, el flojo trabaja doble, the lazy one works double. And of course, when you're a kid, you're like, "Arr!" And as an adult, you're going, yes, that's very true. As you put off doing the dishes and you have a mountain of dishes. You put off doing the laundry and you have a mountain of laundry, whatever, And so if you do a little bit now, you won't have to, my mother used to say it all the time. And the other thing she used to say was, when you clean, you find treasures. When you clean, you find treasures. You put things away. Like my dad I made a mistake and put it away. So, if I had made a mistake and put this away, I would have had it. I would have had it. So just,
5, 6, 7,
just a note. To
8.
let
I
you
made
know.
a mistake.
We're about to have ice cream and swimming for
Ice
Naomi.
cream is
somebody's
for my
birthday.
So we better go. So thank you for joining us again this week. Happy birthday to me. I'm very old, but that's okay. And like Dad says, it's better than the alternative. So.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week.